Welcome, listeners. This is the 60th episode of Tempest Gamecast. We're happy to have you join us tonight. I'm your host, Scribian, joined by my co-host, Harper.
Hello.
And the Guild Wars 2 Guild Leader, Deimos.
What's up?
Alright, so let's jump into... And what did you guys do this last week? It seems like it was a busy week in gaming.
Yes.
Very, very busy.
Deimos, you want to go
with,
first?
Yeah, Deimos, go first.
Guild Wars 2. I popped into Rift for a minute just to check my character names for the roll call and stuff, but I am gonna eventually do it. Right now, though, I'm leveling a Guardian in Guild Wars, so that's keeping me busy, along with all the achievements for the update. But yeah, it's been Guild Wars and Guild Wars.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of good stuff. I can't wait we get to that section very shortly. Surprisingly shortly.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly short till we get there. How about you, Harper? How was your week?
Well, I was in a little bit of everything this weekend for me. I logged into Rift. I logged into Guild Wars 2 and PvP'd. I also did the Final Fantasy beta all weekend and logged into WoW at some point. So pretty much hit all the games that I possibly could this weekend.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was great. Busy.
Me, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, for me it was Rift.
That's awesome.
I'm Deimos' evil cousin now. Yeah, it's Rift all the way. Rift. I did. Godmocker sent me, or I jumped in TeamSpeak and he called me and says, "Hey, I need some help in Aeon to transfer money between his characters." So I did jump into Aeon, and while I was there, I did create my Songweaver, who's level 1, but has not logged into the game. Created, not into the game yet.
Oh,
so
and I did create a Songweaver.
I'll be doing that.
They're called a Muse.
Muse until you can pick your whatever. Though I don't know what the other option is between the two. I know it's still Songweaver.
Nice.
One thing that happened though, when you put somebody to sleep, it turns them into a dancing penguin. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I heard that was pretty good.
That's
the whole reason I took it is because of the cool emotes, the video they made.
Some of the coolest things I have ever seen in any game. Period. Just
yes, I'm looking forward to.
It was crazy.
Down the road, getting some Fraps videos up on the YouTube channel of the Songweaver stuff. That should be fun. Oh, we should both go in there and just have two Songweavers just hitting them with all the notes and melody playing across the screen.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. Could do that.
Dang.
So, yeah, I know you're missing it. Deimos is more of the gunslinger style.
Those look really cool too. I didn't play one of those, but those look really neat.
Which reminds me, we do have awards for those. I created awards. It's a challenge for the summer because I know people are waiting for Final Fantasy in August. And, casually playing Rift, or they're looking for a break in anything. I'm like, it's only 65 levels. You get a nice cool-looking award. Cool-looking award.
I know, it really is cool-looking.
So, yeah, that was good. And other than that, it was Rift. I did a ton of Rift, but I'll talk about that because most of the stuff I did was all about the guild. So, with that, let's jump into major games. And we start with our first major game, Guild Wars 2.
Sweet. The new difficult jumping puzzle is available now. I thought it was on a second. I don't know yet. Skate's been working on it all night, so it might be.
Yeah, Aki was working on it yesterday.
Yeah.
He said it was pretty tough. So.
Yeah, it's pretty in depth. So I think it's in Gindarian. I haven't been out there to do it yet. So. It's a permanent thing, so it's no rush to do it. I still got all the other achievements to work on. So, so that's available. So gifting is finally available. About 10 months in, I guess for whatever reason they actually added that. So that's really cool. I don't know exactly what I want to do with gifting yet, but I have some ideas. But yeah, it's really everything can be gifted, so that's tight.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Um,
Oh,
This is stuff
wow.
you buy,
yeah,
or
everything on the
that
gym
you.
store next to the
Okay,
buy
cool.
option, it has a gift option too. So yeah, it's pretty tight. It's finally in there, so that's cool. ArenaNet has also been doing content updates every 3 weeks, and so now they're decided to push every 2 weeks, which is really
That's
good for the
awesome.
living story stuff.
I don't know how you guys are gonna stay up with it.
I don't either. It's honestly it's getting to a point where everybody that's basically always said, well, yeah, I could just drop the game, no subscription. It's getting to a point that if you really wanted to keep up with like the story at least,
There's no
um,
dropping.
there's really not. You if you want to do stuff, it's here and gone in no time. It really is. Right now, they have said though that they do plan on doing more permanent editions, and with this one,
That's cool.
the scavenger hunt and the jumping puzzle are permanent. So
Okay, good.
that's a in that direction. But yeah, they said that they're going to be pushing for the 2 week updates. The lead content designer, I'm going to quote real quick. He said that we've been getting better with each of our releases in terms of how we budget, how we plan it out, and how we manage our personnel. They've got 4 teams working on the Living World content now,
Wow.
so they just cycle it in and out. So it's pretty cool. Good to
It
hear.
is.
Mm-hmm.
So this weekend, Tempest, the Sky Pirates content, or the Sky Pirates of Tyria, went live on Tuesday. And yeah, the guild's been going through that, trying to take care of all the achievements and stuff like that. Tuesday, Thursday, we worked on the new dungeon and were unsuccessful. It's very tough. Until I mean, it still is tough, but it's a lot of mechanics to it. The first boss is basically Soul Render's Eyeless times like 200%. Uh,
God.
there's instead of one beam, there's 2 beams, and they don't, they're one's faster than the other, so it goes through it. You gotta deal with a bunch of ads, and the ads will actually pull you through the beam if you're not careful.
Oh, wow.
Oh
So
my
yeah,
goodness.
it's a RNG in it. It's pretty challenging. And then the second encounter is a 5-phase fight, and it's a lot of control that has to take place, and just a lot of being self-sufficient on your own survival is really required, especially during the 3 canon phases to it. It's pretty intense.
Sounds
But
good.
we were a group of us went in there last night and were successful. We beat it.
Oh, nice.
The
That's
first
awesome.
boss, everybody was experienced with the first boss. Again, Tickle and Zidane pretty much owned the boss there. I totally noobed it up towards the end and just died. It was awesome. And but yeah, they got us through the fight, and then yeah, everybody actually made it through the 3rd cannon phase, which is almost 2 minutes long of just running away
Wow.
from cannon fire. And yeah, we got out of that and finished up the rest of the fight. Oh, and by the way, that last fight also has a soft and rage encounter to it too. So, it's very in depth. It's a really well made dungeon. I just wish that this would have been permanent, not temporary. There's a lot of extra achievements to it too, where you can't get hit by any of the fire or any of the beams or anything like that. And there's also other things like you go in and one-shot the final boss, and it destroys the airship that's behind it, and there's that's an achievement too. So yeah, it's a lot. So yeah, Friday night we did the guild missions. We only did Trex, Bounties, and Rush. We had about, I think, 9 or 10 that were on, so we didn't even go for the challenges. And the jumping puzzles weren't available this week. We'll have them next week.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yep. Yeah, so then we did, after the arenas, Whitey went and purchased the custom arena for the guild, and
Oh, very nice.
it's a lot of fun. We went in there Friday night. Renee, Dinot, Aki, no,
Now,
the Guardian.
is this only guild members who go in there? So you guys fight each other?
Yeah, well, it's anybody that we give the password to. So
Oh, okay, okay, cool.
yeah, it's locked down to what and Whitey can set the game to how he wants and everything. It's really sweet.
That's cool. That
But
is
yeah,
really cool.
we go in there and it was a good thing. So I mean, we just started getting ideas through it all. At first, we were just messing around with like there was only 5 of us, and we were doing like 2 versus 3 because that's a scenario you're going to see a lot in tournaments. And so we were kind of
Two
like
versus three?
yeah, we were kind of like practicing that. You'll see that a lot because of the way the control points are in tournaments. Because it's 5v5 in tournaments,
Oh.
people will have to spread out to get the points. So.
Oh, got it, got it.
Yeah, and we did a lot of different things. And people asked questions like a good scenario we did was Dynot was asking how to keep track of a mesmer with all the illusions up. And so Whitey actually had him stand on top of a cliff while me and Whitey dueled. And so he could clearly point out Whitey and kind of get that tell and stuff. It was really helpful, and he
Oh,
appreciated
that's
it a
cool.
lot.
That's really good.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if you've seen the post
What a
on
great training
forums, yeah,
It
exactly.
is. Yeah, because
And
he
then-
ran me through that. I was telling everybody earlier, he ran me through it. Just he and I, showing me the lay of the land because I hadn't seen the map at all,
Yep.
and so it really helped get me acquainted with everything. And then of course I started auto attacking, but I didn't kill him.
Uh,
So good.
No, it's really good, and there's a
It was
ton of
it was
potential
very
with it
yeah it was
because
awesome.
we could basically go in there like we were talking about some crazy ideas just to have fun with it, but it more or less it could be a good training ground for people to get their feet wet in PvP who just don't get
Mhm.
face rolled out there and stuff. But also we can make guild events where it's just like
Remember I said
set
the
up
walking
teams
thing?
and go. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like crazy rules for fight. All necro teams or
Oh
some
my
crazy
gosh,
stuff like that.
that would be
Yeah.
bad.
So
Also,
it's fun.
Cirrus wanted to know if is the password changeable? Like, say somebody infiltrates, I guess, our arena, and
I'm sure
like-
it is.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
But you
so.
can I'm sure he has ban options and stuff. It's totally
Yeah.
customizable.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's good. That's
Yep.
good to know.
it's good.
All right. Game 2 of major games. We actually would have 3, but we don't go official until a game launches.
Right.
But we know Final Fantasy will be right in there.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately now they're back in the alpha beta zone. But that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know they're going to be freaking huge. At least based on the number of people who've signed up in the last 2 weeks. But we're going to go with Rift. News last week began an event to save Silverwood and Free March. If you guys remember, those are the first
Yes.
2 areas. One
I
Defiant,
do.
one Guardian. And it runs until tomorrow. So it was last Wednesday till tomorrow. Players were encouraged to either level new characters, or at least up to that level, or just mentor down. Now, mentoring, you can mentor down to 5 levels below, to 1 up into 5 levels below your actual level.
That's cool,
So-
man. Mentoring rocks.
So you can go. So it is.
That is
it is
really sweet
fantastic.
that they put that
It
in
is
there.
fantastic. So I don't know that anyone in the guilds. I think I saw a couple people get achievements out of it, but and I don't know that anyone has gotten the big reward out of it, which is a Sapphire Kirin mount. If you don't know, the Kirin is the dragon lion of
Oh yeah.
Asian mythology. Really looks really cool. So
Sweet.
there's also unique capes, hats, dimension items. Things you can put in your house or guild house.
Yeah, so what
and other stuff.
is that only like is there any loot in the world like EverQuest 2 was, I think, where you could get stuff like that, trophies and furniture and stuff?
I believe so, because I've seen some in other dimensions, but being as I'm not raiding or doing any of that stuff yet, I don't know. I'll ask Ro and find out. So we'll
Okay.
talk about next week.
Cool.
So next week, which is interesting, because Tryon started a new contest that kind of starts tomorrow, but the first vote will be next week. In a couple of weeks from now, they're going to release a new dimension that players can buy. Three Springs. If you remember, it's up in the is that Moonshae? Up there,
Mhm.
Three Springs is all the way to the right, the Guardian area.
Yeah.
Well, they're releasing a new dimension that you can get, so you can put your house there. It's probably expensive, nice,
Oh.
whatever.
That's totally
I bet
But
it's
players are
pretty.
able to get a head start into that area if the number one voted dimension each week on every server is going to get that is going to actually get it from Tryon. So the week
Wow.
before's votes count. So it's kind of cool. They're giving it away to the top voted dimension for the last week. So it's pretty cool.
Neat.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's cool.
Now, this week in Tempest, holy crap, have we been busy. So last week we decided that we're pushing Tempest back up to major. We were like, we're gonna be minor. We're gonna work our way up to major, going through numbers and all the stuff we have to do. You know, I'd been talking to Dimos about guild stuff, you know, as we work on leadership and stuff. And now, you know, we've put on a full court press on recruiting. You know, you guys have seen it.
Yeah.
We've done videos, we've done posts, we've done in-game stuff. We've talked about it. We keep people, you know, up to date as to what's going on, and it's paying off. We have 24 people in the guild who've logged in this week.
Nice.
The most we had on
That's wonderful.
Saturday and Sunday night. Both nights we had 10 players on.
Very
Which
good.
is good. I mean, from 0 to 10, which is good, and we're continuing to work on that. So, you know, we went through all that different stuff. We go through the channels in the game, and, you know, like I said, forums, video, and all that other stuff. Now, we're getting a feel for the game in the guild again. This week, I put out a call. I wanted to hit 2 more officers, because, you know, currently the officers are myself and Isaac Clark, and Isaac is computerless. So,
Yeah.
it was just me, and I was the only one to invite. We kind of opened it up, and I said any member can invite, because I can't be on 24/7. And for the most part, if somebody was acting up or violating our etiquette rules, they're gone, because we've done it before. So far, I can say it's fantastic.
Absolutely.
We have gotten quality players across the board. And we've even gotten some players back. Tracy is back, Aki's mom.
I saw
We
that.
got,
That's
Oh,
Xanthor.
nice.
awesome.
Nice.
Xantor's back.
Yeah, I talked
Oh,
to
wow.
him.
That's kind of cool. And then we had a bunch of other returning players, you know, Varnes and Romeo, and Vader transferred over. I haven't seen him on, though. Harper was on. I saw the character. And then Dimos said he logged in this week. So it's kind of cool. This week we're looking at
Yeah,
starting.
TeamSpeak
We're
was
trying
really
to figure out
busy.
our nights. Yeah, which is really good. I like to see that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking this week to start guild events, the weekly events, but we have to find out the nights that are good for the most amount of people. And I also got I have one more officer position that I'm talking to a few people about. So that but I'll have it picked out here shortly.
I have to say it was
So-
really neat seeing like Tracy's name on the roster and talking to Xantor and TeamSpeak. I mean, it's good to see those people come back, and then we've got Noob playing both games again. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really cool that all those people are coming back to us.
Yep. And the
So-
funny thing is, some of the people that we've recruited for not only Rift, but for Final Fantasy or other Marvel Heroes,
Yeah.
or even Firefall, said, you know, one of the big reasons they joined us is when they were looking through our list of games, and especially when they got into the site and they see our forums, and they see all the different, they're like, I play 90% of those games that you guys play.
I
I'm
know.
like, you know, some we have one person, and some of them we've got, you know, 10 people who just kind of log in every once in a while.
Well, that's
and then of
the
course
beauty
the
of
major
this.
games are major games.
That's
So
the,
it's really good.
yeah, that's the point I make in all the recruitment threads is
Yeah.
if you're looking for a place to go but don't have a game picked out, just come hang out and pick your game that way. You know, it's
Hop in TeamSpeak and chat it up.
yeah. So That's
The
pretty good.
the last thing I have is last night we ran a few instances and it was pretty fun. We went back and did King's Breach, which is a 32 to 35, and we mentored a bunch of us mentored down.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
ran
I
over one of our
remember that.
33s. It was a blast. I tanked it.
That's cool.
I mean, I'm tanking, of course, my cleric now.
is that the
So
one with the
do
big
you-
stump in the middle and you have to fight the wolves?
Yeah, you fight him first, and then you
Yeah.
fight the. They got the. You can't use the exploit to get up the wall anymore. You actually have to go through and fight the Gator boss.
Oh, really? That was so
yeah,
awesome.
But it's
Okay.
really not that bad.
That's a higher
Yeah,
level.
I mean-
What do you get as mentoring?
You get, well, if you do it as your daily, you get level appropriate loot. I got level 60 loot
Nice.
in
Sweet.
a box at the end, so it's pretty good.
Awesome.
Then after that, I jumped in. I mentored down, and I think we took 4 of the 50-51s, maybe a 52, and did Exodus of the Storm Queen, which finishes off the storyline that leads you to the new continents.
Oh,
And then once you're there, of
wow.
course, the storyline opens up. So we did that instance and actually had no problem. I mean, I did it with a pug last week, and it took 2 hours. The good thing is I was with good players. Everyone was patient. We were learning the strats.
Yeah.
I cannot reiterate, or I can't overstate the importance of TeamSpeak. Because the whole team was on TeamSpeak, we blew right through that thing. It was except
Nice.
for the final boss, we had a little mechanics issue, but
Yeah, it is
yeah,
nice
it was
having a
good.
full
It was
guild
a
group
blast.
there.
Yep, guild's growing nicely. I'm pretty happy. Isaac's gonna be
It's very
back.
good.
I'm gonna have 2 officers. We're gonna be continue full on recruiting and stuff. So
Yeah, that's wonderful. Who's your
there's
new
so many.
officer that you recruited? I don't think
Oh,
you mentioned his
yeah, I
name.
didn't mention that. I don't think I skipped that sentence. So the officer I've recruited is Kane Madias,
Oh,
who has
nice.
a similar background to a lot of us. Has played a lot of games.
Cool.
Played Rift. He said kind of followed a similar path that we did over the last year and a half and so, and said he kept coming back to Rift. It was just something drew him. So of course, recruiting officers now. I'm looking for people who are going to be with the game for a long time. That doesn't mean you're locked in. We're a community. You go play some Aeon, go play some Guild Wars, whatever. But yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm committed. I can do this. So it was good. So it was great. I was really happy to add him to our team. So
Wonderful.
great. Yeah. Let's talk about minor games.
Your hate moves like a freight train, steady with a heavy weight, barreling down for many years.
And we will kick it off with World of Warcraft.
Yes. Yes, we shall. There, there's not really a lot of news coming out right now, but they're still working on the next patch, and then there's just a lot of again, we're at the same point where there's a lot of speculation on what's coming, what's not, and a lot of
The new
interesting
raid.
stuff. Yeah, and so hopefully I'll have more to report once things are more defined. But it's looking pretty good, shaping up to be really nice. For this week in Tempest, we actually Tuesday night we did so good for to have never fought Dark Animus. We went in there and we got him down several times, but we had some bad RNG and some other issues. I'm being polite, and so we did. Everyone stuck it out and just we almost killed him, and then we had to log
I heard it
for
was
the night.
15%.
Yeah, got him
Wow.
down.
That's good for the first,
Yeah.
especially on the first night.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not a super hard fight, but there are a lot of mechanics involved and a little RNG thrown in there. So you can wipe really quick. If one thing goes wrong, everything goes wrong, especially
You
at
guys
the
have to
very
be
beginning of the fight.
Pretty excited to be close to the end.
It is
Have more
very
raid content.
exciting, but very frustrating because
I bet.
on Thursday, well, poor Greer didn't have internet. That wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
But we
Ow.
had
Our
other
other
people.
podcast too.
Oh man.
He couldn't play well from his phone, although I thought about making him, but anyways, yeah, it was we didn't raid. So, but we're going to keep the lockout for tomorrow and go after it again. We should have a lot of our team back together. Aaliyah's back from the National Guard, so
nice.
he should be in. He's our off tank, which we've missed desperately, because I think if we would have had him last Tuesday, we would have probably won.
Probably would have got him. Yeah.
Yes, definitely, because we had we have a great team, and I really want to finish it with these people. So I'm hoping we can
Yeah.
do that very soon.
Okay,
Cool.
and the next one, Marvel Heroes.
So how about them weekly events?
Yeah.
It looks like y'all had a fun
Dimos,
time.
the original author.
So Lex set them up, right? So you got the first week of Marvel Heroes, the meetup. They had a few members join up and ran the few green terminal instances and one purple terminal. Run of, sorry if I butcher anything in
Match
this.
rapport.
Match report, okay. For the green terminals, we ran the first 3 in the Ventures Tower, and the group was Methylis, Freshy, and Scriv.
And Lex. And Lex. It was Lex.
Lex.
Every time I
Yeah.
see that name, I think of Mel Tillis. I don't know why.
Meltillis.
Guys had a
Sorry,
lot of
Methylis.
fun. Pretty fun. Guys blew through it, everything, and had a good time chatting up in TeamSpeak.
Wonderful.
Later, Methylis and Lex took on Madripoor together and pulled off a win by taking off the random boss Rhino. So good job, Lex, putting that together, man. And
Right
Al
on.
Marco,
Yeah.
and hope to see some more stuff going on there.
Yeah, this brings up a good point I want to talk about right now. The good thing about being a community is we have those guild event nights, and you'll see them, with the exception of the WoW raid, and maybe Deimos' special structured PvP team. When you see those guild event nights in the games, you can log in, get in the guild, and go do them. We'll do them. We're going to do them in Rift. Deimos does it because he held Harper's hand through PvP last week, held Ritter's hand the week before through PvP. So they're happy to take anyone who wants to do these things to come in and experience a Tempest guild event in whatever game it is. And I'm sure we're going to have the same thing in Final Fantasy when it gets going. So
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
it's a great thing to jump
We
in
were
and
already
do those.
talking about that. I mean,
Yes.
some of the offices are already doing plans on guild events already, so it's gonna be pretty good.
Well, some of the ones I really want people to kind of take a look at is because they're free. I mean, they're free, and they're also games that aren't so intensely story driven that you have to be into it and questing all the time. It's a game you can log in, play 15 minutes, do something, and leave and go back to your main game and go back to raiding or whatever. And that is Neverwinter, Marvel Heroes, Firefall. 3 great games that you can jump in and out, in and out, in and out, and do stuff. Firefall now I know is a little more developed, but I know if Coldred's got a Thumper Nights scheduled, he'd love to have people just come out and hit Thumpers,
And
gather
he's
resources.
he's
and
really
in there.
good at setting up events
Yeah.
too. He
So-
he did a lot with the open world PvP. He coordinated that in the early stages of Guild Wars 2. So
Yep. Awesome. And speaking of that, we're going to jump over to Ambassador Games.
Right on schedule.
And we will start with Firefall.
woohoo!
Sweet. So open beta begins next week, and we'll have we've stepped up recruiting in the game. We got the posts on the forums, stuff like that, and it's been really good. This week in Tempest, in response to the recruiting in Firefall, we've already had 3 members join us.
That's fantastic.
Officially, yep. So, although listed as an ambassador game, this one has the potential to jump into minor real quick. Coldred is really excited about the game, and hopefully he gathers up a nice little group, and they do those thumpers and stuff like that. I mean, the whole game is basically. A lot of people say that it's kind of like Star Wars Galaxy's crafting system, the way it is now.
That's what I hear. I hear that's one of the best crafting systems out.
It's very in depth. The last time I logged on, it was
Best
I was
meaning
like, wow.
in depth.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's really it's a nice elaborate process. If you like crafting, that's definitely a game to play. So, good luck to
Awesome.
Coldra too, man.
Yeah, Calder definitely. I mean, he put out a call for some help on recruiting, and
Yeah.
we got him.
That was
hooked
a
up,
nice
and
He's
post
our
by-
he's our first ambassador.
He is.
So,
he is. And as a matter of fact,
congratulations to
because of
him.
the time, as soon
Definitely.
as the game launches, he'll be immediately awarded the ambassador award.
Yep.
That's
So
awesome.
that's good. So cool. How about EQ news?
Well, I was reading and I found out that they announced the beta for their newest update, Heart of Fear. This game has been out forever, and they're
Do you-
still
do you
putting
know what
out new
update they're up to?
content. I don't know. I tried to find it, but I can't even begin to guess. I don't want to insult the EQ lovers by guessing, but I'm sure it's. I don't know. I can't. Like I said, it's probably up in the hundreds by now, so maybe thousands. Who knows? But this game has been out
Thousands?
forever.
What?
I'm just kidding.
It's not Guild Wars.
This game has been out forever, and they're still putting out new content. People are very.
They are. I know people.
Loyal
they've
and dedicated
started in
to this
EQ
game.
and
Yeah.
rated this day in EQ.
Yep.
Yeah,
1.
I would. I mean, I know that some of our
Dedicated fan
people.
base.
Well, that's like one of their
that's a
games
great-
that they go back
That's a good,
to.
strong guild.
Yeah,
So.
it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So, and with EQ2, they also announced. SOE also announced that their next update, Darkness Dawns, will be in late July. Again, putting out new content. This game has been out not as long as EQ, of course, but playing it as often as I have been here lately, the game is still fresh to me, and it's very sentimental because I spent a lot of raiding time in that game, and it still has a lot of the qualities that I wish more games would copy. And I think that they're trying to or emulate, I should say, not copy. But the game is just wonderful, and I wish them the best luck. They keep on putting things out because it's a great game. It really is. What about Aeon's, Scriv?
In Aeon, game update 4.0 launched this week, bringing 5 more levels up to, so the max level is now 65. Now, Harper, did you make it to 60? Because, I mean, I don't know how the 60 to 65 grind is.
No, I made it to 57.
So close. How could you stop? How can you stop like that? So close.
I don't know. It's
It
grinding.
was even, I don't know.
And
After
I'd have
making
to do
it
it
through
myself.
Terra, I just can't see anything else taking that long.
Yeah.
But besides that, they added 2 more classes. I mean, they added a bunch of features. Of course, there's the new zones, and there's tons of quests and updates and, stuff with housing, and there's just so much to do in that game. And it's free. They added 2 new classes, the Gunslinger, which is a pistolier kind, and a Songweaver, which is a bard music instrument. It's
Coolest
pretty
class
cool
ever.
graphics, so yeah, it looks pretty cool. And again, this week in Tempest, we did put up 2 Summer Challenge awards, and it isn't only for the summer. The awards are now in our database of awards. So if at any time anyone in Tempest maxes out a Songweaver or a Gunslinger, we got an award for you. They look pretty cool.
Yeah, they
So
do. They're pretty amazing. Just don't know if they're
We'll go
amazing
over-
enough to level to
To
65,
level all
but
that.
hey.
Yeah, just do a little bit, an hour a weekend next year when 5.0 comes out.
Yeah, there you go.
You'll be there.
Dang.
And then I'll say, oh, no. We were at 64 and the new level cap's 70, so you got 6 more levels to go.
And then I'll slash my wrist and die. So,
All right, let's go to Alpha Beta News. And we'll go ahead and start with Final Fantasy.
yes,
How many days till launch?
Oh God, really? A lot.
Ooh.
Not soon enough. August 27th is the launch day.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. And with that, we have one more beta weekend of Phase 3, which is this coming weekend. And there are rumors that it's going to be longer than the normal Friday, Saturday. So it
Okay.
may last a few more days. It may last one
You
more
guys might-
day.
They're stringing you out.
Yeah,
the
but
new-
they usually, like tomorrow, I
heroine.
think, is when they actually put the real schedule out. So we'll find out tomorrow, I believe. And that's when the beta client will be available to update as well. So, and then after that, all characters will be white. So they're gone. So say bye-bye to all your cute stuff. And then Phase 4 will open up. And we were talking about that this weekend. Again, speculation, middle to late July. And then they're going to close it down for a week. And then the pre-launch will be available. So
What's the pre-launch like?
I think it's the
Like how
weekend
many days earlier
before.
for
3
It
days.
may be like that Thursday, because it goes live on a Tuesday, so we're thinking that Thursday, Friday, maybe even earlier than that. So I need to find out for sure the date on it.
What qualifies somebody for being able to
Pre-order.
pre-launch? Just
Pre-order.
pre-order?
I believe, or it may be the what
So
you
they're going for the Neverwinter approach?
well, they didn't let just anybody in these betas, so no.
Well, the open, though.
Yeah, the open one, yes. But the pre-launch, I mean, they're going to shut the game down. You're not going to play directly until live. So you'll have a couple of weeks of open beta, and it may be just weekends. It may not be like solid weeks. And then they're going to shut the game down until it actually goes live for pre-launch. So you won't be able to play right up until launch where you don't even realize, hey, the game's out. So they are going to make it a little bit more transitional where you can see where there's a defining end and a beginning. So I think that's good. I mean, it's a neat idea to let it roll all into one, I guess, but it kind of takes the flim-flam of the grand opening day kind of thing. So I don't know. I'm kind of glad of that. But this week in Tempest, we got up to 24 members in the free
Nice.
company. So there we
Very
go. Thanks to everyone's hard work. Rev really He's like, I don't know what he has some kind of crack that he drops on the ground and people come running. So he's like a great recruiter. So if you need some help recruiting in a game, get Rev in there. He'll help you out. Um, Met lots of nice people. Got to play with lots of our regular Tempest team and also new Tempest members, and it was just a lot of fun. We got to do some dungeons, which I
Sweet.
thought were really great. To me, they were better than Neverwinter in the fact that there's more to it than just throw everything at you all at once and hope you live. And if you are lucky, then you kill the boss. If you're not, then you die. So it was more of a strategic kind of thing where you actually have to you have to learn the strat of the boss. It's not just throw heals and DPS at it and hope it dies. It's not that way. And I was very pleased to see that. And it was gorgeous. There's some really cool pictures that we sent, and Rev got like 480 pictures sent to him this weekend. Screenshots.
That's good.
So, yeah.
Wow.
So he has a lot to pick from. So you guys be thinking of him this week when he's doing that video. And yeah, I mean, there are some of the people I got to actually bump up to 29 because they were offering that for people to kind of give them that little bump past the 26. Because I don't think they're allowing a lot of the quest in that you can see. They're just throwing things out there just because it is beta. So they were helping you out by getting you past the humps. And you can also level your alternate class to 15 if you finish your storyline at 20. So, but I didn't get a chance to. I was working on my Chocobo. So, but it was really a lot of fun. I mean, so far I've not heard anyone say this game is terrible, I'm not playing. I have never heard one person that logged in these past 2 weekends and say, it's not for me. So the game obviously is doing pretty good. So.
Sweet.
That's good. Now,
Very.
I've got a big thing here. We got the console game challenge, and it's going to be delayed a week. I tried getting in touch with Isaac all day today. He wasn't answering his phone.
Uh-oh.
Trying to figure out what we were going to do for the July game. And I think what it is we listed 2 games last month, 2 different games, because there were 2 games that came out, and there was State of Decay was only available on Xbox, and Last of Us was only available on PS3. Both, apocalyptic survival games. One was zombies. Last of Us, I'm not sure if it's zombies or not. But he and I finished State of Decay, and he has a PS3, so he jumped in and started playing Last of Us. I think he's been doing that since his computer's down. He's been playing that like nonstop. That Call of Duty every once in a while. So I haven't been able to get in touch with him. So we don't have the.
He's probably
July
celebrating
game.
Canada Day,
He has a chance to go out and
drink some maple syrup.
he took Ro out. That'd be Harak. Harak
With
and those
Harak,
guys are up
yeah,
there
they're hanging out.
downing fermented
Shots of maple syrup. Sorry, Dark. I know you're listening.
I see that slow mo with shots in the air, shirts off. Yeah, just
Canadian Vash. Dang.
Yeah.
Dang.
Scrap. I saw the best picture somebody had posted of somebody in a big beach towel, and it was really cool. It was the Canadian flag, but instead of the maple leaf, it had a big heart. So I thought that was neat. But anyways, happy Canada Day to all you
Yeah, happy Canada Day.
from up north. Yeah.
All right, let's go to tip of the week. Harbor.
My tip of the week is actually from Rift. I mean, I have gamers ADD, you guys. I have hit literally every game that I have on my machine right now. Anyways, I have been kind of racking my brain on what class I want to level up, and I think I am going to stick with my rogue. She's always been my main in Rift, and I think I'm going to keep playing her. And someone brought the attention to the website Rift Scene, and it's riftscene.com, and it has a lot of different specs.
The Rift Icy Veins.
Yes, it is. It really is. It's a very good website. So if you're just returning or you're a new player and don't know how to spec your tune or what areas to go into, look up riftscene.com. They'll guide you. And also the Rift forums are still really good with class guides as well. So
Absolutely. Yeah, I found one
thanks, Ro,
for
for
my
that one.
warrior.
yeah,
tight.
Rosilla gave me the name of that website. So thank you for that. But yeah, it's great.
How about you, Demos?
I just wanted to make a mention. I'm probably going to do a post real quick tonight, maybe, about it. But the new dungeon. It's only going to be available till the 9th, and it is challenging. So we're going to make a guild award for that, and
Oh, cool.
yeah, I already awarded the guys last night after we completed that. And Farella, she wasn't with our group, but she completed it. So
Good.
yeah, there's about 6 of us that I know of right now. So if you've done it and you completed it, let me know, and I'll get the award.
Very nice. Mine is in Rift, and there is a ton to do while leveling. If you've looked in the forums, you've seen my recommended ways of leveling.
Yeah.
And people have looked at that. I mean, you know, instant adventures, crafting, and daily dungeons, daily war fronts.
So the
and
war
the
fronts are
story
really
quests.
The war fronts
war
will help
fronts?
you level?
Yeah,
You
war
can
fronts are
usually get really
good.
good XP, especially
Okay.
doing the
Alright,
first
here-
one of the day.
Well, the big thing. All right. Well, no, you get 7. The war zones are now set up like the dungeons. So you get 7 a week that you can do. But since a lot of people coming back haven't logged in, their 7 days have accrued. So you get 1 a day, but basically you start with 7. So when you get those, now each of those they're worth 100,000 each XP
Oh,
for
wow.
winning. Now you have to win it. If you lose it, it's like 30,000, something like that. Now if you have an XP bonus, which you can buy from the store, and the 40% ones are pretty cheap. I mean, very cheap, like 20 cents or something like that. But you can go up to 80% if you wanted to. I mean, if you're really looking to do it. The Defiant on our server, up until midnight are great. And after midnight, apparently, we roll over and the Guardians just destroy us. But before that, it was easy to get them all done. Now, the other benefit...
The PvP
the
is still
PvP
separated? I thought it was mixed now.
Well, all right. The way that the queue, and then we're out of our category here, but the way that the PvP works is in a 10-man battleground. If you have 10 Defiants and 10 Guardians queue up, then you'll go against each other.
Oh,
If you have
okay.
15 Defiant and 5 Guardians queue up, 5 Defiant will be mercenaried over to the Guardian side so that they're not waiting in queue for an hour.
Gotcha. Cool.
So if there's enough on both sides, then you will always fight the other side. So,
Tight.
I hate that because the other day I was on a streak. I went 3-0. I'm like, oh yeah, Defiant rule on this server, and then I mercenaried over to the Guardians and got destroyed. I hate getting mercenaried over to a team and then losing.
I know, it's terrible.
I'm like, I don't like you guys anyways, except for the guys in our guild. I do like our
Yeah,
Guardians.
I think
do.
it's so cool that the Define and Guardian can be together now. Because if I wanted a
can do
little
everything
dwarf, I could be one.
except PvP.
Yeah, I
You
think
can-
that's really
which is,
cool.
Which is the way it should be. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Well, okay. The other benefit you get out of PvP is when you complete the daily quest, they give you an adventure box or whatever the hell the box it is. You get a blue item of your level for your class. So I mean, I didn't get any tanking things.
For
I
your
got all
spec or
caster
for
stuff.
just your class?
for your class. Like I said, there's
Okay.
from what I've seen, there are no tank drops anywhere that are just I have not seen any. And quest rewards were all DPS. So the tanking stuff was all,
Wasn't
you had
that
to get
kind
on
of
your own.
hard? I remember before getting cleric tank gear was kind of hard for some people for it to drop in dungeons even.
It can. I mean, it's one of the things that they offer now. Actually, you can get it. You can buy it in the cash shop.
Oh.
You can buy the expert dungeon set as soon as you hit 60. Well, you can buy it beforehand, but you can wear it as soon as you hit 60. I'm not doing it because it to get a full set, it'll cost you about $65.
Oh my
Oh, wow.
word!
And
wow.
that'll get you the blue set, the expert dungeon
Which
set.
will replace in like a week from running
No.
dungeons.
No,
You wouldn't?
I don't think so. Oh, well, I mean, you can get the drops anyways.
It's the expert set, right?
Yeah, it's the expert set.
So the next
And
thing
then
would
you
be
can-
rating.
And then well, there's 2 raid tiers now. I think you
Oh.
can get and it's kind of cool the way they did it because you can buy the 60 blue PvP set too, and that's a lot cheaper because there's PvP prestige used to be stopping at 50, now it goes up to 80, and you have to be like rank 60 to get the first epic set, and it's not 60 to get the first piece, and then it's like 62, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 will get you, and by the time you hit 69, you should have your full set of epic PvP gear, and then when you go from 70 to 80, you're working on the top tier, and you
Okay.
you can't buy that set, and the same for the raids. You cannot buy in the store. I mean, it's not cheap, but say if your guild depends on you to gear up as a tank, and you're missing 25 toughness, you could probably buy a piece.
Yeah.
For
That's-
real money. You're
yeah.
going to buy it for real money. Well, okay, I take it back. You're going to buy it for real money, or you're going to buy the thing you can buy in the auction house or from another player, in which they spent real money, and you give them plat. It's kind of that whole currency exchange. There's a way to do it in game.
Yeah, Rex.
If you got a lot of plat, you're good to go. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can buy the Rex with plat.
That's a couple
From other
hundred
players.
plat too, isn't it? I think it was like over 100 last time. I
There
looked.
right now on the auction house, they give you 1,200 Rex and 7,000 favor,
Wow.
which is the player reward stuff, and they sell that. Those are selling for 1,000 plat on the auction.
1,000? Wow.
1,000 plat. So basically, it's $10 for 1,000 plat
Okay.
if you want to. So, okay, to continue on this, my. Oh, wait, I was still doing mine, right?
Yeah, you were.
Just relax. Relax and Rift. There's a lot to do. A lot to do to level, and then when you hit 60, it all hits you again that you have to redo your source engines and your favor and your rep and riffs and enchantments and runes and crafting. And if you try to do it all in a day, you will be broke. Just take your time. Relax. When we get the raid team set up, then they'll raid.
Cool.
Definitely.
Very
So
good.
we ended the show on a huge, gigantic rift. Sorry about that for everyone.
Go fishing.
Yeah, and fishing. There is fishing too. We have people who
Yeah.
are fishing. Supports the survivalist skill, I believe, as well.
Cool.
Or scavenging or whatever the food one is. All right. Any last thoughts? Any comments from the chat room?
I think everybody's pretty good. I've been quoting what they've been saying or what have you throughout
Awesome,
the.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank everyone for joining us tonight. You can leave your feedback on our website. You can contact us. You can follow us on Twitter at Tim's Gamecast, at Scribian, at Finley, or Finley. Yeah, Finley.
Uh-huh.
You can also contact us via the Gmail. Opening and closing songs there. Hope everyone has a great gaming week. Look forward to seeing you in your game of choice.
And I wanted to say this was my 2-year anniversary this weekend with Tempest. And I wanted to give a special thank you to Scriv for making this, happen. And also, it's been so wonderful being a part of such a great community these past 2 years. So you've made it fun for me logging in and doing this podcast every week. So I've enjoyed it.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Thank you. All right, everyone. Have a great week.
Bye.